So here's another line with a few surprises.
Pretty damn cool. Look at that.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mando number 5. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel, Mando number 5, and I'm Keith Guppy. So welcome to another episode of my figure focus line, episode number 20, and tonight we're looking at the Solo range of figures launched in 2017. The Solo line was quite small. It was a mixture of figures covering legacy figures and obviously figures from the film, which was launched at the same time. There are only 22 figures in the line, and they're all 5 POA, so quite limited, but some of them are quite unique. Now, in terms of the card backs, there were 2 different card backs, but very, very similar. They have this yellow theme going on. This is Kylo Ren. And this is the Mexico and Canadian, I think United States version on here, which had the different languages on the top in terms of the age limit. And then you had the European version, very, very similar, just got the 4 up at the top. And on the back, they've got a different backing card with different languages on it. So, but all intents and purposes, very similar. These figures weren't numbered or anything like that. So pretty basic, but there are some unique figures in it. Before we dive into all the detail of the figure line, I'm going to talk about some of the more expensive ones, but there are a lot. Most of these figures in this line were probably about £5 to £10. There are a few exceptions, but as always, please stay tuned right to the end, where I will tell you what this figure line's worth and what figures I need to get to complete it. Again, no, but thanks for all your support regarding the channel. If you're liking it, please subscribe, hit the like button, and let's get into the detail.
So although the line was a bit limited and it was only, like I said, 5 POA line, there were some unique Solo figures that I think are really quite cool, and I think in the future they might be quite sought after. You've got 2 of those figures here. Before we just move on to the more expensive figures, these again you can probably get for 5 to 15 quid, so not a lot of money. But this is Moloch, a really cool figure, really quite a chunky figure actually. All hard plastic, no soft goods on him, but pretty cool figure. And then another favourite of mine, you've got the Quay Tolsty, which is again a really quite a cool figure in the line. Again, only probably about 15-20 quid. But in terms of most expensive figures, there's 3 really. You've got Rio Durant, who's a real favourite in the film. So there he is, a little sort of monkey figure with 4 arms, which is really cool. He's about £15. And then you've got Tobias Beckett. Believe it or not, he's quite sought after. He's about £15 as well. And then the one that's everyone's really after is the droid, the comedic droid, the Landed Calrissian's droid, L337. She's great in the actual film, really quite funny. To get her, you've probably got to spend 40 or 50 quid, which is quite a lot for this line, but a very unique droid in the collection. I also like, I just looked this one out as well, I also like the Range Trooper of this line. That's the Range Trooper of this line, and here is a vintage collection one, and I actually think that this one looks better. I think it's got probably a more accurate head sculpt. I think the vintage collection one is quite squashed and dumpy, and it's not like the picture, but this one here I think it's a pretty cool likeness. So I thought it was quite interesting just before I looked them out for you for the video. It's probably worth mentioning that all the range was had something called the Force Link 2 within them. So this is where if you held this reader and went near the ships or the vehicles or even the figures, they would actually give you a bit of a saying. So yeah, you go. You'd have a bit of dialogue, a bit like the old Comtech chips you used to get with the episode 1 Phantom Menace figures. So that's pretty cool, and that works on the vehicles, playsets and doll packs, all the figures of the line. So they also produced 5 double packs. They had a legacy type one, which was Darth Maul and Qui-Gon Jinn with his little droid. So nothing great there. They also had Han Solo and Chewbacca for Minbam. So they're quite unique figures. And they had a little weapons accessory as well, which is pretty cool. If you want to sort of make a battle scene with Minbam, that's pretty cool. And then you had, probably my favourite, is the Korean Hound in Revolt. And it's got like a cage to put the Hound in. So that's pretty damn cool. I like that. That's not a bad set. And there it is on the back, look. So pretty cool. And then you had 2 unique figures. You had a Kessel Guard. And although Kessel Guards had quite a starring role in the film, that's the only way you can get a Kessel Guard. And then you had Lando in one of his outfits. And again, with that, you had like a tripod cannon, which is pretty cool in the 2-pack. The only one I haven't got is the Toys R Us exclusive one, which is R2-D2 and C-3PO. And that's quite hard to get a hold of. But all these, probably about, you can pick them up for sort of £10 to £15. So not a lot of money. You also had some quite cool multi-packs. This is a great one for troop building. It's the Imperials 6-pack. Back in the day, this was quite cheap and quite common, but now it's quite sought after. You'd have to spend about 50 quid, 50 quid to pick one of these up. It's got a very, it's got Stormtrooper Squad Leader, Minban, it's got the Mud Trooper, Imperial Trooper, TIE Trooper, and Stormtrooper. So some of these are quite sought after. In terms of this one and this one, they're quite unique in the pack. So really quite a nice pack. On the back, it's got them there. Yeah, but it's the Imperial Patrol Trooper there that's quite sought after, because I think that's the only version you can get of that. And probably again, the Minban Stormtrooper is quite hard to get hold of as well, and again that might be exclusive to this pack. So that was quite nice for a line that's not liked by many people. And then you had 2 more bigger multi-packs. You had the Mission on Vandor set, which is quite nice. It's got the extra little Solo logo down there. The Range Troopers, the same as a single figure, but these 3 are exclusive to this pack. So the only way to get those 3 figures there is you'd have to buy this pack. Quite nice on the end as well, in terms of a display. And then there on the back, you got Weasel, Han Solo and Vandor, and then you've got Kira. And they're all unique figures. So that's pretty good. Again, that one there, you probably have to spend about 30 or 40 pounds to pick that up. And finally, probably the weakest of the 3 is the Force Awakens set, but it does include a holographic Maz Kanata, and that's the only way you can get that figure. I think the rest are pretty common sort of figures you can get, but that's exclusive to this pack, the holographic Maz. And there they are on the back. Then you've got the vehicles, and I'll start with Enfys Nest and Swoop Bike. I love this character, and the figure. It looks really cool in here. And I do like the bike as well. It's very unique vehicle. Pretty damn cool, and it's one of those vehicles and figure you like to get out and display it. That one there is probably about 20 quid to buy, 25 quid. And then you get slightly bigger. You've got Han Solo's Land Speeder, which is really quite cool. It's a little bit sort of 60s style, and again probably a type of vehicle that will probably grow in popularity. It's got an absolute unique Han Solo in there with his gloves and a different jacket, so that is unique, and some sort of dirt spray on his boots there. So that is a unique figure that comes with that. And there it is there, the Land Speeder. It's pretty cool, classic sort of 60s look, as I said. So I really quite like that. But at the moment, you can probably pick that up still for sort of 20, 25 quid, so not an awful lot of money. And then one of the more expensive vehicles of the line is this. I'll just change the camera tilt slightly. Yeah, and this is from Minban, the Battle of Minban. It's the Imperial ADTT Walker. Really cool. Comes with a Minban Stormtrooper, and this one is different than the multi-set one. The multi-set one here has got a cloak, and looks slightly different sculpt, and it's got a cloak. So that is a unique one with this set. Pretty cool walker. You see these in a battle, and there it is again. Again, sort of vehicles you want to take out and display. So kind of the first sort of iteration of an ATST, I guess, back in the day. So that's the vehicles, and then you had two quite expensive play sets. I've only got one of them. One's the heist, the Vandal 1 heist, which I haven't got. I'll put some pictures up of that. But the one I have got is the Kessel Mindscape. Now these were basically cardboard play sets you build up. They had 3 levels: first floor, second floor, and you got an exclusive Han Solo. Again, you could only get that version in this pack. These were Walmart exclusives. Very hard to get hold of. In fact, I've just been on eBay just now and I can't find one of the other version, the heist one. I can find a couple Kessel runs, but the heist you can't get it. This one here, you'd have to spend about 50 quid to get it. It's not a very big pack, it's quite skinny, but there it is on the back, and you can see exactly how the playset folds out. Yeah, so pretty cool. And you get all these bits of it. So you got the cardboard cutouts, you got Han Solo, you got some storage pods, and you get a tripod sort of cannon with it, which is pretty cool. So a really nice playset, and that playset interacts as well again with the Force 2 Link stuff. But pretty good. But I do need the other pack. So there you go. Finally, in the series, you've got, and I might have to pan out for this one, you have got the Millennium Falcon. So there it is. And I'll probably, yeah, let's just change the camera angle a little bit for you. There you go. There you go. Yeah. So not to scale. It's very small. I mean, you can see the size of it. It's quite small. Again, another exclusive Han Solo. But what makes this pretty cool is it's got some blast apart things. But what I've noticed today, and I hadn't noticed before, it's got a trigger on the front, on the top here. And if you press that, now I thought that was pretty cool actually, because it does vibrate. And what I'll do, I'll just cut away. I'll press the button again in the dark. You can see exactly what it does. It's pretty good light up function on this. I really like it actually. So here's that light function again in a darkened room. Pretty damn cool. Look at that. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, so considering it's a bit out of scale, I think it's not a bad little ship actually. Probably looks better in a box than it would if you got it out. It's one of those ones really. And there it is on the back. So it's the Millennium Falcon before it was adapted. It's only got one gun. I thought from the film it had a rectangular disc, but this one's got a circular one. So quite small, more like the size of the original sort of vintage collection one. But as I said, it's got a unique Han Solo with it, and some removable coaxium, which is what they were trying to steal during the film. But yeah, pretty good. That there would probably cost you, what do I say? Probably cost you about 80 quid, that Kessel run. But I've seen them cheaper. Depends when you buy it really. They did do another version which is even smaller than that, which I haven't got, which is, I don't really understand why they produced another version, but it's a lot smaller than that again. Just a very cheap sort of kiddies toy. But there you go. So that's the line. Let's have a look at the cost of it if you want to buy it now on eBay. So there you have it. That's the Solo line. So let's have a look how much you'd have to spend for eBay right now to get the whole line. And for those of you who don't know, I do go into eBay in a lot of detail and do a lot of research to get these numbers. So as I said before, the figure line consists of 22 figures. They're not that expensive, most of them between £5 and £8 each.
With a couple of exceptions, the L3 37 Droid is about £40 on eBay. Rio Durant and Tobias Becker are both about £15 on eBay. But overall, you'd have to spend, I think, £175, which gives you quite a low rate of just £7.95 for all those figures. Then after the figures, you've got the multi-packs, which vary in sizes. Some are 2 packs, some are up to sort of 6 or 7 packs. And altogether, again, there's 10 of those. And I think you have to spend about £159, which gives you a value of about £15.90 for each set. The most expensive one being the Imperial 6-pack of soldiers and troopers. So finally, you go on to the vehicles, creatures, larger droids and playsets, and that's propped it up really by the Kessel Run Millennium Falcon, which is quite a cool vehicle actually. The 2 big playsets, the Kessel Mine and the Vandor Heist, which are both 50 quid, and the AT DT Walker from Mimban, which is going for about £60 again. So in total there, for those 10 playsets and vehicles, you'd have to spend £370, which gives you a value of £37 each. So overall, that gives you a grand total of £704. So pretty small line, as you expect. So what do I need still? So I need the Han Solo Mimban outfit. I need the double Toys R Us pack, which is a C-3PO and R2-D2. And I need the Vandor 1 Heist, which is 50 quid. So I need to spend about £79 out of the £704 to complete the line. So there you have it. That's the solo line done. Hope to see you back soon. Take care. Bye bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mando number 5.